thank you very much for inviting us also to be part of this interview. For the European Union, it's very important to fight disinformation. This has become a phenomenon not only in Georgia, but all around the world. And that's why the European Union has been allocated resources for the last year to monitor, identify, and counter disinformation, fake news, etc. We're doing that because it is a fact that there are malicious forces that are spreading disinformation or misinformation or half-truths, and they do it in a coordinated manner and targeting different sectors of society. Now, they do this, of course, because they have an interest, be it political, economic, financial, you name it. Now, it's important to be aware that this is happening and to identify those fake news so that we don't become vulnerable vis-a-vis these campaigns, and also in order to prevent us ourselves from being promoters of this disinformation. I am referring, for example, to cases when all of us randomly share something on Facebook or just retweet something that later on we discovered that it happened not to be true, or that it was just half-truth, and we became spreaders of that disinformation. So that's why it's very important that people, society is aware first that this is happening, and be able to identify those malicious campaigns that want to spread that disinformation, and definitely to avoid ourselves becoming part of this disinformation campaign. It's very important for society to be able to identify the threats of disinformation and be able to spot whenever we see something on Facebook or on Twitter. We should have the reflex to know there is something here that doesn't click, something is not fully accurate, or sense that there is not a full picture of it. Fighting disinformation, it's a very difficult task that needs a 360-degree approach. So all sectors of society need to be engaged and fight against disinformation. Now, what we've been doing from the European Union delegation is, together with different actors from government agencies and CSOs, we've been providing trainings on media and information literacy. So last year, the European Union delegation engaged with the Georgian National Communications Commission to train teachers. And we chose this profession because teachers are first trusted people in their communities, and second, they are multipliers of information. So the curricula was used by 900 more teachers that also received the same training on media and information literacy. Now, this year, together with ISFET, we have targeted a different group of society, mainly focusing on aged and elderly people. And we decided to choose this sector of society because most of the other media and information literacy trainings focus on the youth, which is good, but also this other sector of society is vulnerable to disinformation. And different researchers have shown that indeed they are also one of the main targets of this disinformation campaign. So that's why the EU delegation, together with ISFET, decided to launch this media and information training, literacy training, targeting aged and elderly people. In the coming months, the EU delegation will be launching a large-scale project which will have a component on media literacy so that we continue with our engagement on fighting disinformation.